we will be requesting the conference organizers of 2022. That means the Department of Anesthesia, headed by Dr. Suganya Mitra and her team, to elaborate upon the arrangements they have done so far for the national oblique international conference. Because why I say international is because there is American Society as well as the Society for Ambulatory Anesthesia taking part in this meeting as usual and continuing on. And Dr. Suganya's team, represented by Dr. Vinita and Richa, will be presenting you the details. And Vinita, Richa, please talk about what all you want to speak on your conference and answer to the query. Okay, Vinita, Richa, please.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Dr. Vinita Ahuja, and Dr. Richa is here with us online. And so we'll be trying to present the program and the proceedings of the preparations with the help of a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm just using my screen, and Dr. Richa will be starting, and then I will join her.
So good evening. I extend a very, very good evening to all my seniors, teachers, mentors, and of course, a very, very warm welcome, extending a very warm welcome to you all to, 3rd International and 13th Annual Conference. So when we talk about it, I think I just request Dr. Vinita to move down the slides, please. So as we all know that the conference is being organized by the Department of Anesthesia and Intensive Care at Government Medical College and Hospital Sector 32 Chandigarh under the aegis of Indian College of Anesthesiologists from 4 to 6 November 2022. And welcome to our city, beautiful, with which is known for its architectural and its well-designed planning, and is in very close proximity with the beautiful, hill stations. And as it is a very green city, which gives a pleasant look to the eye, it has several monuments which you can look forward to visit. And I'm sure delegates will have a nice time visiting the city. It fills us all with an immense pleasure in announcing the format of our upcoming conference, which is ICACON 2022, which is the 3rd International and 13th Annual National Conference of Indian College of Anesthesiologists that will be held from 4 to 6 November 2022 under the aegis of Indian College of Anesthesiologists. The theme of the conference is technology in anesthesia, science, the human face, keeping in review of the growing importance of the technological advancements in the field of anesthesia and critical care. So a very warm welcome, of course, the welcome address by our worthy head of the department and by the organizing chairperson of this conference, which is available on our website also. I am sure everybody has gone through it, where ma'am has very comprehensively mentioned about the launch of the conference, about the theme of the conference, about the main focus of the conference, and about the content of the conference that will make the entire academic extravaganza a very, very enriching experience. And again, I take pride in introducing the entire organizing committee, which has worked day in and day out, and who are really working at the ground level to make this conference a big success. And it would not have been possible without the blessings of our worthy director, our worthy medical superintendent, Dr. Y.K. Batra sir, Ma'am Sukanya, and of course, all our seniors of the department who have actually made us learn the nitty-gritties of organizing everything from the scratch. So we really are thankful, and we couldn't have achieved this without a team effort. Again, we have made certain subcommittees to make the entire conference go on smoothly, which include the scientific committee, the reception committee, the stage and the hall committees, the transportation committees, the computer, technical and audiovisual committees, catering and food committee, and souvenir and memento committee. And I would like to really give an input that apart from the rock solid support from all the, our faculty, our residents, they have also put in and pitched in for all the hard work that is required of them and whatever is asked for at this time. So again, a thanks to them also. And when we talk about the conference, it is a great thing that we have been awarded 12 credit hours by the Punjab Medical Council for this conference. And we all know the theme is technology and anesthesia, science with a human face. And the credit hours has just been given 1 week back, and we have actually already updated this on our sites as well as all the flyers. So this is the registration format, which we have made and kept very, very simple for all the delegates and for all the ICA as well as non-ICA members. And we have kept the fee of the accompanying person, because as it is, as I mentioned previously also, Chandigarh is a very lucrative, place where everyone really comes over to have a nice weekend. So we have kept the accompanying person fee to very low. And along with that, we have given special structure for the conference and the workshops, as well as we have provided the registration guidelines and included all the transaction and the GST charges include that. So for the purpose of registration, all the delegates, they are required to log in first into this website, into this, they have to register themselves and then log in, and then they can do the registration, which is easily done on the website. So again, we have a trade inquiry where we have made special efforts for making it for those who want to sponsors, who want to join us and sponsor for the conference. And we are really delighted. And again, we have tour inquiry for everyone who wants to come here, sit back, enjoy, take a relaxing break too, along with the academic feast. So we have actually made a tour inquiry, and they really need to fill the places they want to go. And it's a very simple affair. They can actually do that. And a QR code has been released that has given directions to the event menu to make it very easy for all the delegates as well as the faculty who is even coming to the Chandigarh for the very first time. So when we talk about our scientific program, we have already started with the abstract submission process. And in this, again, we have mentioned the open link. The residents, they can select or submit the abstract button once they have registered, and they can submit a copy of an abstract in whatever format is given in there. And they can select also the specialization from drop down menu in which category they want to present. And then again, once they select the category, they can submit it after they have completed the entire form. The last date for abstract submission has been kept at 30th September. And again, even during the abstract submission, a special effort has been made that all the credit hours and simple registration is done once the person opens up the site. So the abstract submission guidelines for the residents and anyone, even for the faculty, has been uploaded at the site, and they just need to read the instructions carefully and before submitting the abstract, which have been penned down in a very, very simple language in a format, in a point format. So they can just go through it and and the essential requirements for the same has also been mentioned there. The venue we all know is the medical college, and the quiz teams, we to make it more interactive and scintillating the brains, young brains, we have kept quiz for the teams, and we have invited quiz teams from the medical colleges, and where 3 postgraduate students in each team have been invited. So when we start with our scientific program, on the very first day, we have very interesting interactive 4 workshops, which will start from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. in the E-block. And the 4 workshops, they include the chronic pain, cadaveric, fluoroscopic, and volunteer ultrasound guided ultrasound workshop on regional anesthesia and point of care ultrasound, difficult airway workshop, and mechanical ventilation workshop. And the flyers for all the workshops, they have been released with the specific, where we have specifically highlighted the various strong points of the workshop and what all will be covered, and also the workshop coordinators along with their numbers, they have been put up in the flyers so that if anyone is facing any problem, they can just get back to us for the same. So the ultrasound workshop, for the chronic pain workshop, again, the workshop coordinator and acute and chronic pain blocks, which will be covered by both fluoroscopic as well as the ultrasound. They have been very clearly delineated on the flyer itself and also the flyer is self-explanatory about the fluoroscopic principle as well as the ultrasound principle. The next workshop is the difficult airway, which will specially focus on hand-on case discussions or innovative ideas. And it will be conducted by eminent faculty, where the coordinators, all the coordinators, they have invited eminent faculty from national as well as international forum. So we are expecting huge delegates. We are expecting, they're already full actually, all the workshops. The mechanical ventilation workshop is being conducted under doyens of anesthesia, I would say, Dr. Divitya, Dr. Idana Putti, Ma'am Mitra, and of course the other young faculty, young brigade of our department. And again, they have, the mechanical ventilation has been structured so as it has a problem-based learning for the residents, more interactive lectures, and special emphasis on ventilatory management in different kind of case scenarios. And from here, I would request Dr. Vanita to take up the further presentation and discuss about the further program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Richa. A very good evening to sir, ma'am, and all the faculty. So Dr. Richa has briefed you about the, how we've been preparing and what we've been doing for the regarding the conference and the workshops. So I will just go a little deep into the scientific program, and the conference would be on the 4th of November. And the conference, the workshops would be on the 4th of November, and the conference would be on the 5th and the 6th of November. So on the 5th of November, we start the conference with the hoisting of the flag, which will be on the ground floor of the E block, level 1. And after the hoisting, the first session would be the international Samba sessions, which will be taken by the international faculty, and it will be an online session. And after that, we'll be having a session. So we have kept 3 halls for the conference. One will be the Charaka Hall, the Shushruta Hall, and the PG Session Hall. So the level 6 will be our Charaka Hall, where we will be having our international Samba session, which will start at 9 a.m. in the morning. Then we will have the ICU session. Then there is a cardiac anesthesia session. So all the recent topics have been taken up in the Samba session. That is, it is safe to push the envelope in the ambulatory anesthesia, patient procedure selection, and similarly in the ICU session and the cardiac anesthesia. Then the other sessions on the 5th of November in the Charaka Hall would be about the renal considerations. Then there'll be a panel discussion on the non-invasive hemodynamic monitoring under anesthesia practical applications and clinical pearls. There'll be a panel discussion on the newer oral hypoglycemic agents and the insulin diabetic patients. Then Operation Theatre pollution prevention, and then at the end in the Charaka Hall, we will be having a panel discussion on the difficult airway management guidelines 2022, the practical tips and the pitfalls. The other hall, the Shushruta Hall, will have the first session on the ambulatory anesthesia, and that will be taken by the national faculty. Then there'll be a session on the trauma anesthesia. The inauguration will be taking place in the Shushruta Hall. The inauguration timing has been kept tentatively around 10:45 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. This will be followed by tea. Now we have made the program in such a way that during inauguration in the Shushruta Hall, all the delegates and faculty would be in one hall. So at that time, none of the other halls would be working between 10:45 to 11:30 a.m. After that, we'll have the tea, and then simultaneously, all the halls start again at 11:45. Then we will have the Manorama Mittal oration in the Shushruta Hall, which is level 7. In that, it will be from 12:45 to 1:30. This will be followed by lunch. The timings have been kept the same for all the halls regarding inauguration, tea, lunch, and even during the oration, all halls will not be operating, only one hall will be operating. Then we have sessions of pediatric anesthesia, perioperative management, and difficult airway. Then there will be a general body meeting, which can be conducted, which has been scheduled in the level 7, or we can have it in another parallel hall, which has been kept only for the GPM. And then at the end of the day, it will be followed by the cultural program and banquet dinner at Mount View, Sector 10, Chandigarh. So after we have done with the halls, then we will be, heading for the to the cultural evening. We will also be having this is regarding the PG session hall, which will be running parallel. And during the morning sessions, we will have sessions on the PG refresher sessions, which will be taking up the, the statistical analysis. What are the research questions? How they will choose a statistical test. Then it will have very important sessions on the scalars and loop in mechanical ventilation, interpretation of ABG, and also at the time of inauguration, the PG session hall will be closed and everybody will proceed to the Shushruta Hall. Then after tea, the session will again start in the PG session hall, and then it will have very important sessions like how I do it, how a PG expects or learning it from the experienced faculty, different approaches of ultrasound, different techniques of percutaneous dilatation, tracheostomy, then what are the newer equipments or technique of sterilization, manual checking of the anesthesia machine, and then for the Manorama Mittal oration, all delegates in the hall PG session will proceed to the Shushruta Hall, which will be on level 7, followed by lunch. And then, especially for the residents, we have kept a podium presentation for the original study and the observational study. So original studies and observational studies will be taken up on the 5th of November, and the rest of the studies like case report and case will be taken on the 6th of November. Then we have kept the convocation on the level 7. So after the sessions are done in the Shushruta Hall, everybody will proceed for the convocation, which will be in the level 7 Shushruta Hall. And then the cultural programs in Mount View. So after we have done with the nice gala dinner in Mount View, on the next day, that is on the 6th of November, we will again start in the Charaka Hall, which will be in level 6, with the international faculty ASA sessions. We'll have 2 lectures of 25 minutes each. Then it will be followed by the neurocognitive outcomes session, then transplant anesthesia. And then again, we will have the Dr. BBR Shastri oration, which will be conducted in the Shushruta Hall, which is on the level 7. I just want to mention here that both Charaka and Shushruta halls are almost identical halls. One hall is on the level 6 of the building and the other hall is on the level 7 of the building. So they are 2 similar halls with the similar facilities and similar seating arrangements. Then it will be followed by lunch. And then there will be sessions on how I do it. It will be a very interesting video demonstration of the different type of blocks and radio frequency ablation in pain management. Then we have very interesting sessions which are on the pro and con sessions, which will take up the recently discussed topics in the field of anesthesia, like does fertility measure in geriatric patients a routine practice? Is it required? Then there'll be pro and con session on the opioid-free anesthesia and whether the use of ASA physiologic status versus machine learning for patient risk stratifications. So there'll be speakers for pro and con session. Then there'll be topics on the perioperative blood and fluid infusion, telemedicine and anesthesia. And then we'll be conducting the validatory function, which will be in hall 7. Then in the Shushruta Hall, this will start with the first session that will be on the anesthesia machine, and it will be taken up by the national faculty. Then there'll be sessions on obstetric anesthesia, acute pain management sessions, chronic pain management sessions, and Dr. BVR Shastri oration will be held in level 7 Shushruta Hall. This will be followed by lunch, and then post-lunch, there will be pulmonary anesthesia sessions. Again, there will be one more session of pro and con session, which will be in Shushruta Hall. That will be talking about the antibiotic stewardship program. Is it possible in ICU? Artificial intelligence can replace human presence in anesthesia practice. Then there'll be a session on regional anesthesia. There'll be sessions on how I do it. And then we'll have the validatory function and in the Shushruta Hall, which will be level 7. The PG session hall will have very interesting sessions on the Sunday. It will start with the importance of palliative care, what are the emergencies in palliative care, and what are the recent advances in the pharmacological management of cancer pain. Then there will be a quiz competition starting from 10 a.m. to 12:30. We are expecting a huge number of teams. We have already received 2 to 3 teams from right now as well. And then during the Dr. BVR Shastri oration, everybody will proceed to level 7 Shushruta Hall. Then the lunch will be from 1:30 to 2 p.m. And then after that, we'll be having podium and free paper presentations, which will be from 2 to 4:30. This will have case report and case series. And then everybody will proceed for the validatory function to Shushruta Hall, that is on the level 7. As mentioned earlier by Dr. Richa also, we welcome you to Chandigarh. And we all know that this has a wide range of city attractions are there. The Rock Garden, Sukna Day, Capitol Complex, Sector 17, and a very good hub of shopping also in Chandigarh. Plus, we have mentioned the how to contact us via email. The conference secretariat is in Department of Anesthesia and Intensive Care. These are the helpline numbers. And this is the number of madam. And then we have the other helpline numbers also to contacts. So we all welcome you with our wholehearted, and we all welcome you for to Chandigarh and for the conference. The countdown has already begun and we are waiting to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vinita and Richa, for the wonderful presentation on the conference going to be. And I am sure this will be one of the best conferences which we're going to conduct here. Well, I don't have to say that Chandigarh is almost the heart of Punjab and Haryana. Well, people from Kerala like us, me, we say we are God's own country. But when coming to Chandigarh, it is a different area. Well, one has to visit Chandigarh in his lifetime if he has not done so far. So please come out to Chandigarh. There are a lot of surprises waiting for you. In fact, well, Vinita was not able to tell the all attractions, what is there for you, which you have not seen in the northwestern part of India. Say, this is the first model town of India. And well, the Kasoli Gardens, Vijor Gardens, Kasoli Mountains, and nearby Amritsar, the border of India with Pakistan, and the textile magnets of India at Ludhiana, Vaishno Devi Temple, Kulu Manali area. These are all nearby places which could be easily seen by you all during this particular trip. So please come forward, check your bank, collect your money, register for the conference, pack up your goods and prepare. Take a week's holiday. Weather is absolutely good in November here. You don't have to have very heavy clothes and you may be able to enjoy because it's going to be a lifetime experience for you. The scientific sessions they have discussed, they have described to you very well. And more things are going to come because they are still making the scientific program because a lot of additions, probably halls also will be open up. And again, there will be no shortage of space in this particular government medical college Chandigarh. One has to see to believe it. Because me and Jayeshi, when we went to see the area, we are amazed that by the facilities available at this particular medical college. So my friends, I request you to come over, because this is one occasion where you can have the conference, and that too state-of-the-art conference going to be. And again, you may have a lot of interaction with our American friends who are supporting us in our scientific advancements, as well as you may be able to see the places around. So please come and visit this particular area and be self-satisfied about the facilities available in the nearby area. Now I request Dr. Jayashree to tell more about Chandigarh and about the conference and to conclude the session of the day. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Radhakrishnan. And you have very nicely elaborated about Chandigarh. And as you said, they must take 7 days leave at least, or 8 days, so that they can attend the conference and subsequently or before that go visit these places. A conference attendance is a must because the program has been so well thought of by Sukanya and her team, and they have covered each and every aspect, and we're really looking forward to it. And they're really inviting all of you from all over India, and of course all over, especially the South, but definitely all over, to experience this beautiful city, the wonderful conference. Since we have stayed there during our postgraduate days, so we really know how this place is. So it's a dream come true if you all come to the north. And as Dr. Radhakrishnan said, it's not going to be that cold these days. Somehow the weather has changed. So maybe just a light something that you might be having, even if you don't have, it'll be okay. Just get some full sleeve shirts. So Sukanya, all the best to your team, and we are really looking forward to it. Thanks, Vanita and Richa, for giving us such an elaborate program overview. Thanks a lot. And again,
ma'am, can I just put in one word, please?
Of course, of course.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am and sir. First of all, I thank you all for entrusting us with this duty of conducting ICACON 2022 in our Government Medical College and Hospital. So most has already been covered by Dr. Richa and Dr. Vinita very well. And sir has also elaborated about the nearby places. So I would just like to add that Shimla is also a very nearby, very famous hill station, and one can go to Shimla, Fagu, and other places as well. One little thing is that we are also going to have exhibits of all, recent equipments, and I'm sure that will enrich the delegates. And one more thing is that we also have exhibits of, a shopping part as well. So you can get Punjabi juttis, you can get suits, you can have your mehendi and things like that, and more surprises are awaiting. So please do make it to come to Chandigarh, and we would love to have you all in this city beautiful. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Getting everything in the campus, it's going to be amazing. Thanks a lot, and we are really looking forward to it. So today, we'd like to conclude this program, and I would like to thank Dr. Sanish. I mean, it was, as I said, commendable, your lecture, and so beneficial for the students and for the teachers as well, because there were so many points you covered, which we also did not know. And I mean, talking about the machine for over an hour is really very, very impressive. You were so clear, Sanish. Thanks a lot. And despite your very busy schedule today, I believe at some this thing in the match as a medical officer, thank you so much. And thanks Sukanya, Vanita, Richa.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry for interrupting. Actually, in chats, ma'am, sir has asked that which is the best hotel to stay.
There were some questions.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I just wanted to tell that we'll be uploading all the hotels and accommodation sites have already been uploaded on the site. And you will get actually good hotels, whatever they suit you, and they are in very close proximity to the hospital. I mean, they are in the good range, even in the range of 1 to 2 to 3 kilometers, you'll get good hotels to stay down. And as it is, we have good 4 stars and 5 stars in Chandigarh. So one of the main banquets is being conducted in Mount View, which is a 5-star. So if anyone, wants to stay there, we have made special accommodation measures, and special rebates and rates have been put up for the delegates as well as the faculty. So ma'am, one just needs to click that, and you can get the accommodation very well. Everything
That's
is
That's right.
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Murli, I suggest Mount View is a very good place. I think you just book your accommodation and then you can attend all the banquet and other things
And
there.
I wanted to extend a very warm good evening to Baljeet Singh sir also. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much,
Of
ma'am.
course.
Thank you so much.
Sanish,
I enjoyed everything that you have presented, you and Dr. Vanita have presented.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Coming to City Beautiful, not just the City Beautiful, coming to the City Beautiful with the beautiful people, I must say.
Yes.
Beautiful from heart, I'm not saying anything else. Wonderful people you all are, and the way you have described, I'm sure this will be one of the landmark conferences in the history of ICA that we have. And Sunish's lecture, a lot has been said. I think the pictures, that he had shown, and the pictorials, the animation that he had shown was superb, was marvelous, very nice. I mean, I've seen, attended, and even delivered lectures on anesthesia machines. But this was one thing, the kind of pictures so very clear. Once you see a picture, I don't think you need much to say, because this picture describes so much that the words probably cannot. So I enjoyed his lecture. I joined about 5-10 minutes late because I was stuck in the hospital. But whatever I heard, I mean, about maybe 7 minutes or 8 minutes less from 1 hour, it was superb. My very, very sincere compliments to Sunish for an excellent talk. And rest all, Dr. Vanita and Richa have explained beautifully laid out program, academic program. And I'm looking forward to this program, like many others. I think everything else has been covered. Thank you so much for an excellent presentation, right? The academic as well as, the conference information that you all have said. Thank you so very much. I enjoyed every moment.
Great. There were 2 questions there in the chat box. I just saw. I don't know whether Sanish is there or he could answer them later. Sanish, are you there?
He will answer later. Jayesh.
Later.
He
That's
just
fine.
left. He just
Okay.
left. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. So we can answer these tomorrow and we let you know the answer.
Yeah. No, he will personally communicate.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. And Faraz, thanks a lot. Always for a very good Clinet show for all of us. And thank you and good night, everybody. See you all next week.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the kind words. And you're all, all welcome to Chandigarh and
Yes.
to ICACON 2022, ma'am.
Absolutely.
And sir.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Thank
you,
you
and
everyone
a very good night to all of you.
All.
Very
Thank
good
you
night to
everyone
everyone.
for being on
Look
Clinet
forward to
platform.
meet you all. Good
Good
night.
night. Yes.
Good night.
Bye. Bye
Thank you,
everyone, and
Faraz.
take care.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Faraz.
You.
Welcome everyone. And we are closing here with all your permission.
Thank you.